Hello, and welcome to Guided Towards Greatness at the Energetic Movement Collective. My name is Julie Wynn, and the intention of these videos is to inspire, empower, motivate, and to have a conversation about what is actually possible for us as dance studio owners, teachers, and dancers. In the previous episodes, we've been talking about the power of gossip and these two questions that you can ask yourself before listening to gossip, which is it true and how do I know it's true? And then after that, you can make your decision if you want, of how much energy you want to put into it. And going along with this pool of thought is being completely aware of where you're putting your energy. I had a brilliant conversation with a friend a few years back, and she had her own similar experience with the dance world, as most of us do, which is why I'm doing these series, to offer more support, love, and a space for a little bit of peace and light in a place that sometimes can feel very lonely. So she was describing, she said she had this great visualization as the dance studio, as the Titanic. It's this amazing, beautiful ship. Everybody on it is very elegant and beautiful and like-minded. Everything in it is just there for a purpose. But then the ship has a lot of holes in it and constantly on the verge of sinking. And I thought that was a great way to look at the dance studio, because there are many moments within our day or within our week where we definitely do make the choice to put more energy in an issue or a problem that may really just be draining our energy, versus putting our vision and focus on the entire ship and the space that we're creating and the possibility and the potential of what is right here in front of us. And with these holes of energy that are constantly leaking and pulling us, out of alignment, I just wanted to share a few tips on how to call your energy back, to be aware of when you're putting unnecessary energy somewhere, causing you to, just be like the ship of just leaking holes everywhere. And of course, then that's why we feel depleted or drained. One key thing is, if you have one complaining client or somebody who's upset, it's inevitable. And, obviously you want to meet that situation with as much grace and gratitude as you can, compassion, an empathetic heart, a listening ear, and desire to create a win-win solution. And if that is not the case, if that's not where we are, then you can meet that situation with where it is, but don't let that just be it's draining all of your life force out of you, if you just accepted this for what it is and turned your head and saw how many people are supporting you and are wanting to add value to the program and love you and are working hard for you and are showing up for you. That immediately is going to cut this energetic cord, stop the bleeding, so to speak, plug the hole, and keep you afloat. So it's having this awareness of when we're just openly allowing ourselves to be drained because we're choosing to put our energy there versus putting the energy on actually the beauty that's around us. My husband brought it to my attention one evening when I was really super upset about a conversation that I had with a client, and they were upset and they were going to leave, and all of that is always tough and hard. And I dealt with it, and then I made the conscious choice to come home, drink a couple bottles of wine about it, and not really, maybe just one, but then call, such and such and talk about it. And then I'd call somebody else, and then I'd talk to him, and then the next day I'd call somebody else. And I was putting all of my energy and draining myself because of this one situation. And I made that choice. I could have made the effort to look at it, figure it out, find a solution, be done with it, focus on the abundance of everything else, or continue to hash and rehash and talk and think about and run the scenario in my head over and over and over, creating my own suffering actually around it, and creating my own feelings of unworthiness or hurt and ultimate depletion. Another conversation I had with a friend is, she was saying, she was a student at one point. She said, I remember when, such and such left and how hard you guys took it as studio owners. And I didn't really care because, to me, this person caused problems, but it was really interesting to be on the other side and witnessing my teachers being so heartbroken about this one student, but we were there stretching on the floor ready to go, and we just had to wait for you to get over it, but we were ready. So to me it was just so bizarre that you guys couldn't see she didn't want to be here, but we did. And oh my gosh, was that a total insight and aha moment. And again, which is why I want to do these videos, so if you ever find yourself in this position, especially as a new studio owner, that you have this awareness and can make a conscious decision to see the people who are there, who are on the floor stretching, ready to work and wanting everything that you want to give them, versus the people who don't want it anymore. And that's okay, because maybe it's not for them, and everything kind of ebbs and flows, and people come and people go and all of this kind of stuff. But ultimately you have the choice of where you're putting your energy. That your Titanic ship can be a ship that has no holes in it and stays afloat and is beautiful and inspiring to so many other people, but it's the conscious effort to make sure that once a hole is sprung, that you are conscious enough to get some repair work done and get it done quick before it causes any damage. So that is just one little thing on gossip, how it drains our energy, how we can make a conscious choice to either not listen to it unless we know for certain that it's true, and then from there we can make a conscious and loving decision on how we want to handle the situation and how to create solutions from a win-win standpoint instead of a defensive standpoint, which I think sometimes we do, which is okay and totally normal. As well as, when things do come up, being aware enough to see it as just a small little part of the bigger equation, and to change our focus immediately away from the person who is causing us a little friction, and switch to this beauty that surrounds us and all of these people who love us, support us, and are eager to learn from you and to be brilliant because you are brilliant and you teach them brilliance. So anyway, just a reminder that you have the choice and you have the option. And now that we've had this conversation, there's a greater awareness about where you're putting your energy. Where you put your energy, is it ultimately serving you and uplifting you, or is it draining you? If it's draining you, cut it right away. Find the solution, or cut it and switch your focus to the things that are inspiring, that are rejuvenating, that are creative, that are causing joy, that make you want to get up and go to work, that create a space where you have no sense of time because you're so in the flow of what you're doing that everything else just kind of dissipates into the oblivion for a moment, because everything in that moment is supporting you and your vision and your heart and your purpose, and you're in your sweet spot magic zone. So next we're going to be talking about finding your sweet spot, especially for success, and what does that mean. So thank you so much for stopping by, and it is my pleasure to be able to share these insights in the hopes that it really does support you and your vision and your quest to create a life of abundance through dance, and so that you can be an amazingly successful, profitable, and peaceful entrepreneur. So many blessings and love to you. Namaste.